What's going on? My name is Antoine Tillman, and preparing our lunch for today's show is my personal chef and co-host, Chef Keyshawn Winston. This show highlights and promotes career professionals, entrepreneurs, and small businesses whose stories can be inspiring, entertaining, and or informative. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. You're watching Let's Do Lunch.
Heard you out here handling business. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard you out here trying to make a difference. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. I wanna hear all about it. Heard you out here getting this paper. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard your story was an inspiration. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. I wanna hear all about it. Yeah. Well, let's do lunch. 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 Well, let's do lunch.
What's going on? Today, we about to have a great show. We have the WeaveGenie, Miss Naisha Prince. How are you?
I'm great.
That's wonderful, wonderful. We're going to get into it because this hair extensions, wigs, this hair industry is a big market. But before that, of course, we got to chop it up with my man. What's up, Keith?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Wonderful, wonderful. I want to know, first of all, what you preparing today?
So today we got a seafood Alfredo, consists of some sea scallops. We got some jumbo lump crab meat, and then some jumbo shrimp. So I'm getting ready to get that started as we speak now.
Sounds delicious. What you think?
I think it's awesome.
Really?
Yes.
You hungry?
Hope y'all ready to eat.
Yes, I am.
Right.
That's what's up. So while he's preparing that, let's go ahead and talk about how first you got into doing weaves.
Okay, the weave thing started, I was actually going to a stylist and she started off telling me, why are you coming to me? You're very talented as it is. Eventually, as time went on, I started to kind of learn on myself. And when I was living in New Jersey, as a teenager, I worked in a young lady's name at Haagen-Dazs corporate office doing accounts receivable. Anyway, I had to pay her to work in her name, so I had to do her hair as partial payment. So I would start, experimenting, working with her on her hair, and that's how I started to kind of learn on other people.
Really? And was it just weaves, or was you just doing her hair, like perms, certain things, styling?
With her, it was just different styles, and she was letting me experiment on her, so it worked out because I learned a lot with the, giving me creative control on what it is that I wanted to do.
Let's go back to, let's say, when you was in high school.
Right.
Okay. What type of student was you, I would say, academically?
Academically, I was awesome. Like, I always had honor rolls for the most part. So yeah.
Really? So you was an honor roll student throughout high school?
For the most part, yes.
When you graduated, did you go off to college?
No, I didn't graduate high school actually. I went on to get my GED.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. And after you got your GED, where did you go from there?
After I got my GED, then I decided to go to computer school, and that's where I gained my certifications in that. But then I decided that ultimately I'm just a creative all around the board person, so that's when I started to get into the clothing thing and the creativity kind of clothing and hair and dealing in makeup.
Did you go to cosmetology school?
Yeah, so what happened with my family, it was kind of like not encouraged. Like the hair thing was kind of to them a hobby. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really am creative and I want to do something creative, but it wasn't so much just hair. It was just all around the board, just wanting that platform to just be creative. Okay. So everything that I was taught to go to school to do all this academic stuff, I just decided to leave that behind and decided to take the creative avenue.
Okay. So WeaveGenie, when did that come about?
Oh gosh. So I had a client, because here it is, yet again, doing hair. I had one client, she was just like, you're so good with weave, everything that you've done for me, I'm able to jump into my car with the top, off, and I could ride in the wind and my weave doesn't show. is just done to perfection and flawless. So she gave me the name WeaveGenie.
So Miss Naisha, let me ask you, what's some pros and cons about having a weave installed?
So the pros of having your weave installed, you definitely want to get it installed by a professional. Let me just add that. But the pros to
That's
that
good to
is,
know. I mean,
yeah, yeah. So the pros to that is pretty much it's definitely a protective. You know, they usually say weaves are protective styles. So you're able to protect your natural hair in the process. You're able to experiment in doing different colors, different types of cuts and stuff without doing anything with your natural hair, which can cause damage in terms of, using different chemicals and things like that is very damaging to the hair. So that's like the pros to using, doing weaves.
why are there cons when it comes to weaves?
So the cons with weaves are a lot of people, even up to date through YouTube, think that YouTube is like the go-to to, the
YouTube's
learning.
like God to everybody.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, even going back in the day, I get it. People are trying to experiment with doing weaves and stuff like that. But unfortunately, if you're not professionally trained to do weaves, it's a lot of mishaps because weave is actually something that's kind of layered on top of your head. So a lot of times in installing weaves, you can have a raised, kind of like a sort of bouffant look on top of your head that's not natural looking.
And when you say raised, what do you mean by raised?
Because it's not flat, thus not looking natural.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't give a flawless install appearance.
Okay.
So that's the con. It's just the ultimately just not professionally.
Oh, look.
Look
Look what we have here. Oh my God. Chef Keyshawn Winston.
Yes, that
Did it
is
again.
delish. Yes.
Oh, this looks delicious.
Enjoy.
This looks delicious. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You want some?
No, I'm good. I've been sampling the whole time I've been cooking.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. Okay, as we eat this, feel free to eat if you want. But another question I have for you. I would say, how often should you actually take care of your weave? If you can actually let the viewers know, how should weaves be taken care of?
Okay, well, if you're seeking a professional, typically they have their time allotted because all services kind of are different in their own way.
Right.
So your stylist should tell you. So typically with a weave install, I wouldn't recommend leaving it in for over a month. I think that a month is good enough. However, in that duration of that month, you might need to go back in for maintenance.
Okay.
During that period. So 2 weeks maintenance. If you're keeping up with your maintenance, then yes, you can probably leave it in for a longer period of time. If not, then you definitely don't want to exceed a month.
Maintenance.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like it's a Pathfinder.
As he walks out the shop while we talking about it, you know what I'm saying? This
I'm
dude
sorry.
can't stay in the shop for nothing. But
Maintenance. I'm so sorry.
okay, so let's talk about your company, your business. Where is your salon located?
So my salon it's actually a beauty bar.
I'm sorry, it's a beauty bar.
Yes, so a beauty bar is different in retrospect to the multiple beauty services outside of just being a salon.
Okay.
So we offer different multiple services. Like we do the weaves. I sell hair weaves, yes, but we also offer, I have a female barber at this time, and I also have a person that does like skin bleaching in the intimate area,
Really?
certain parts
I
of the
didn't know
body. That's a trend. It's a new trend, and that's a whole nother topic. But I'm located in the Fort Washington, Maryland area.
Okay. Because when I went on your website, I didn't know about this skin bleaching and everything like that.
Right.
But I do want to actually commend you on your website.
Oh, thank
You have a very beautiful website. And a website where you can actually go online and actually book your appointment for your hair weave.
Correct. Yes.
Now, let me ask you this. I followed you throughout for a couple of months when you was actually building your salon, or I would say actually designing your salon.
Right.
And the funny thing about it is, I was like, wow, This is your young lady that's actually making big moves in this industry and doing big things and located where we are.
Right.
So how long did it take you, the process I'm speaking on, from going from point A to point Z, from actually getting the building to actually opening the doors to your salon?
Okay, well, unfortunately, when I did decide to open up, Corona had hit.
Yeah. Trust me, that's when we had to shut down.
Yeah. So it was definitely challenging and it was rough at the same time. But I just pretty much I'm just determined. I'm just a determined person. So the process was pretty much I'll say November. I want to say I received the lease and I started to knock everything down and build from scratch because I wanted it to kind of formulate what it is that I needed it to do. So the space, I needed it to fully be functional and work with what I had going on. So I wanted to knock everything down, which was very ambitious of me, but
so you did a whole build out.
Yeah. So
it looks wonderful.
Thank you. So me being me, it took me, I'll say November, February, March, so 4 months. Took me like 4 months because in the process of building, one of the guys who was actually the main builder, his wife had died. She had came down with the coronavirus and had to handle that situation, which I had to understand. So that kind of put me behind a little bit, but we worked it out. So I'll say March of 2020 is when I opened my doors. Yeah.
And you didn't look back, right?
I didn't. I just pretty much had to, and the funny part about it is I had literally bought a ticket to go to China and had the hotel and everything sorted out, literally paid for everything because I had intentions on going to seek out all the products and everything that I needed for my store, my beauty bar, and that didn't happen. So I had to go back to the drawing board and get very creative yet again.
No, that's what's up.
And that was like what I learned, that I am such a boss because I had to really go back to the drawing board and create a whole nother path. And through determination, I just kind of configured a whole nother avenue and it worked out for what it was. But 2021, this year, I can honestly say that able to get back to the real reason why I started, and that's the creative aspect of it. So this year I'm coming hard. So
that's
it's a lot.
That's what we want. That's what we want.
I got one question. Mine is in the process, and I'm speaking from an entrepreneurship background. From the process, people that saw your journey to where you are now, what would you say the percentage have dropped off of the ones who saw your journey, who you thought would be around at the time, and then when you started to make progression, they kind of like, you didn't have to like move them to the side, they kind of like fell off, because you know what I mean, because you have either friends or family, and I found that out where people don't, a lot of people don't like progression, especially if it's not them, you know what I mean. So can you speak to that, like, and what was your motivation factor to keep pushing regardless of the ones who you thought would be there in the present that are not there? What was your push?
Okay. A lot of people focus on the negative aspect of everything. I felt like I needed to speak to the audience that was there for me. Everything is not for everybody. I always know that. So in knowing that, I was very confident in just moving forward, you know, in the direction. And I know enough that I'm so, you know, in my greatness that I knew that I'm going to, you know, be great regardless, because I trusted in that. I trusted in my greatness. I had to be confident in that and move forward. And I knew that it's an audience that needs me. I'm not just a stylist. I am not just an entrepreneur. I'm not just a boss. I'm not just these things. I'm a whole lot of things. Why? Because a lot of people that come through my doors or you know, they come to me and seek, you know, any type of advice or any guidance or what have you. I have actually been very successful in the people that have actually went out and practiced everything that I've given them in terms of advice or whatever. And I see the success that they're able to come back to me and tell me thank you. And it actually worked out for them. So in that has shown me how great, you know,
so that's like a giving aspect that you had, like a giving kind of thing that you have inside where outside of what you do, you're able to speak into people's lives, regardless if they're in your industry or not, but you're able to give them nuggets and stuff because you've seen things along the way that may be able to help. It's almost like kind of like philanthropists on the
Correct.
cusp of, you know what I mean? Without having to be all out and about. They just come to you and they just know, but she gonna give me a good word, so you know what I mean? So yeah.
Correct.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's true. The thing for me was, even when I built my platform, I wanted it to be where women, I should say, because of a lot of things that happen in my life, I wanted to give women a platform that they're able to focus actually on their craft and what it is that they really want to do without being overshadowed by what I want from them or me trying to take from them or take advantage of them. I felt I needed to give them that platform so that they can go and be great. And my expectations is for them to
Just be
go out
great.
and be on their own, having their own within less than 6 months to
Right.
a year. Yeah, so
That's dope.
that's what I want for them. And
That's
that's
dope.
pretty much what I'm working on. And that's the platform that I'm building. Not
dope.
just, like I said, I'm not just a stylist. I'm not just these things. So that is the platform that I wanted to build for young ladies that are feeling like every time they step, into someone's door, it's always a underlining, deceit, full intent
Right.
underneath it. For me, I wanted to give them that 100% creative. I know you're great, and I wanted to kind of cultivate that. So that's pretty much.
I got you.
So let me ask you this.
Y'all can eat your food before it get cold too.
yeah, I'm
You're speaking, please,
Right, 'cause
please
it looks
indulge.
so
The
good.
one thing I really want you to let the viewers know
Okay.
is for those viewers or that one potential entrepreneur
Okay.
who questions themselves where they're actually going into the industry of doing hair, makeup, or just becoming their own boss.
Right.
What would you tell them?
I'll ultimately tell them that, toxic behavior and toxic friends, toxic family, they're not to be tolerated without, you don't have to be mad, you could just be done. I will ultimately tell them that, whatever, don't get discouraged. It's an audience out there for whatever it is that you're doing.
For sure.
Just continue to be consistent and be, get at it, because one day it has to manifest itself into something major.
That's true.
Because it's, don't shut the doors on yourself. Just believe in yourself wholeheartedly.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
And the last thing, before we go, let the viewers know how they can actually contact you if they want to actually book an appointment or they want to follow you on social media or anything. It is good.
Is it
Yes,
good?
it is.
I appreciate y'all.
It's really good. Okay, so you can contact me via phone. It's 240-863-4195. And you can also contact me via my website, which is WeaveGenie.com. I'm also on Instagram. IG is WeaveGenie. And my email is WeaveGenie@gmail.com. So everything is pretty much WeaveGenie.
Yes.
So it's kind of like one of those things where I kind of made
Nah,
it
that's
easy.
what's up. That's called
Everyone,
branding.
right.
That's called branding.
Right.
Yes, definitely. I want to actually thank you for coming through, sharing lunch with us. And any last words you actually have, Jay?
No, not really. I think I really like the fact that other than your gift and your talent, you're able to sever that line and still be able to help others along the way, and you're still building, which
Correct.
is dope.
Exactly.
And then two, to be able to branch out from, because we share similar backgrounds. Like I didn't get a chance to finish school either. Same thing. And from me to years ago, from being homeless to being able to cook at the White House for our first black president, you know what I mean? So I think it's already in us to do great things, and like you said, you have to be able to pull that out of yourself to manifest these gifts, and and stuff like that. So yeah, it's great. It was really dope, very informative information. So appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Thank
I apologize for actually eating, but anything else you want to actually share? Why don't you actually tell the viewers again how they can actually contact you?
Like I said, you can contact me on WeaveGenie. which is my website. Instagram is WeaveGenie, and my phone is 240-863-4195. I'm definitely accessible. So WeaveGenie@gmail.com is my email. So I could be contacted in different multiple ways. And also I'm located in Fort Washington, Maryland.
And last but not least, I want to thank you again for coming through.
Right, and thank you. And thank you for this awesome food.
That's what's up. Thanks, Chef Keith.
Right, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. What's the name of the show again?
Let's do lunch.
Yeah, let's do lunch.
Right.
That's a good one.
Heard you out here handling business. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard you out here trying to make a difference. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. 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 Heard you out here getting this paper. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard the story was an inspiration. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. Well, let's do lunch. Well, let's do lunch. Lights, camera, action. I wanna hear about your passion. I wanna know what drives you. I wanna hear about the traction you've been gaining, all the lives you've been changing with every move. Wanna hear where you come from. Wanna hear where you headed to. Oh, you a boss, huh? Well, tell me what it costs, huh? Tell me about all the rewards. Tell me about what you lost, huh? Tell me how you got it all back when life tried to knock you off track. Tell me how you had to step up. Tell me how you had to fall back when everybody got ghosts. How'd you switch your approach when everybody else jumped ship? How'd you keep things afloat? I wanna hear how you been making it work. How you out here breaking the curse? How you out here making it last? Where to find you if you wanted to search? Heard you out here handling business. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard you out here trying to make a difference. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. 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 Heard you out here getting this paper. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard the story was an inspiration. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. Well, let's do lunch. Well, let's do lunch. Now around here we don't talk business, we just talk business. Got Chef Keyshawn in the kitchen, whipping up something scrumptious. Course Tillman came with the vision. Send War Child on a mission. Add it up and watch it multiply. Subtract any and all division. Unless we breaking down the bag. You know how I get when you making a check. Everybody screaming friends now. Nobody was here when we was breaking a sweat. Sorry I had to get that off my chest. Honestly, I wish my haters the best. Now let's get back to this platform. Tell the people how they can invest. Is it money or time you love for the grind that wake you up thinking hustle? Or the thought of how you had to struggle that make you do it off the muscle? Either way, just get it done, cause we don't want to hear no excuses. Don't get up, we about to eat good. I had a chef bring lunch to you. Out here handling business. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard you out here trying to make a difference. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. 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 Heard you out here getting this paper. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. Heard the story was an inspiration. Well, let's do lunch. Let's do lunch. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. I wanna hear all about it. Well, let's do lunch. Well, let's do lunch.